Let me breathe you in as I fall right through. 'Cause I've waited far too long to find you. Built my walls so high, but your light shines through. 'Cause I've waited far too long to find you. I know it's been hard to keep falling apart. I played your luck and find yourself still playing the odds, but I'm betting on you. Got nothing to lose, 'cause I've waited far too long to find you. Just can't find a way to say what I mean to say. 'Cause I've waited far too long just to hear you say my name. And all the leaves in the trees, the birds and the bees all sing in harmony. 'Cause I've waited far too long, wrote a simple song in hopes that you'll stay. 'Cause I know it's been hard to keep falling apart. I played your luck and find yourself still playing the odds, but I'm betting on you. Got nothing to lose, 'cause I've waited far too long to find you. Waited far too long to find you. Waited far too long to find you. Let me breathe you in as I fall right through. 'Cause I've waited far too long to find you. Waited far too long to find you. Let me breathe you in as I fall right through. 'Cause I've waited far too long to find you. I know it's been hard to keep falling apart. Played your luck and find yourself still playing the odds, but I'm betting on you. Got nothing to lose, 'cause I've waited far too long to find you.
What's up, guys? If you're just tuning in, that was Paolo Sandejas with Hide and Seek, and this is Rappler Live Jam. My name is Amanda, and Paolo will be joining me for the rest of the night to share his music and talk about his life as an artist. So, hi, Paolo. How are you?
I'm good. It's great to be on Rappler Live, so thank you so much for having me, and nice to see you, Amanda.
Yeah, so nice
Nice to have
meet you.
kasama din,
I know.
so I'm not alone.
So,
That's great.
that song, so cute. It's like
It's
like
a very easy-going song.
yeah, like I can imagine it like on a drive, you play
Yeah,
that
yeah,
song, and it's
yeah,
like, ooh, we're having fun. So it's called Hide and Seek. It's your latest single.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how you wrote this song?
Of course. So Hide and Seek was originally like a bit of a bossa nova track, actually, because if I can just turn on my guitar real quick, it's like, because like I just had these chords that kind of went, and it was very chill,
Yeah.
bossa nova vibe. So I had my guitar and I was like, oh, this sounds so peaceful. So
Yeah.
because of that, I wanted to kind of write about something that was peaceful, and that for me, that's like parang finding the person that you're kind of meant to end up with in the future, and it's kind of like hoping that that person will come around and Yeah, so that's what Hide and Seek is about. It's a hopeful song about soulmates and fate, about kind of taking a risk on the next person you kind of meet. So
Ooh,
that's
love
Hide and
it.
Seek. Yeah.
So you started writing your own songs. You were pretty young. You were like 13 or 14.
Yeah, I was like, I think end of grade school I started writing songs, and
Wow.
it's been a while. I feel like I've gotten better throughout the years because
Yeah.
the first couple songs that I've released, I think I was still learning. Even the first couple songs I wrote were very cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, love
I
songs.
think
yeah.
most artists, their first songs always make them cringe. When
True.
They,
I mean, like, you're not a true artist if you don't cringe at your first songs.
Yeah.
No, it's always like, ay, why did I write it like that? Parang it's like, yuck, so cheesy, diba? So
Yeah.
I definitely started out.
Do you
like
still
that.
know those songs? Like, do you still?
Ah,
know the
yeah, I
words to
do.
it?
I would rather not sing it, but it was a really interesting time because, syempre, as a kid, you're kind of going through a lot of things. I mean, not that many things, but like, syempre, to you at the time, it's so big. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my friends, I'm like trying to find out who I am as a person, I guess, in a way. Tapos, first loves, first breakups, first heartbreaks. So that's kind of what I was going through, I guess, at the time, and why I was inspired to kind of tell those stories and write music.
But were you always like musical?
Besides singing in the shower, probably that's the extent of my musical background. I think when I was starting out, I just really was. I think I'm just a music lover at heart. I love listening to, growing up, just John Mayer, listening to his songs and the way that he writes his lyrics, and it's like always tells a beautiful story and kind of wraps you in. So I was just wrapped in as a kid, and I was like, damn, I wish I could write songs like that, and
Yeah.
gave it a shot, and here I am. So.
I definitely hear the John Mayer
Oh,
influence.
thank you.
That easygoing
Yeah,
guitar
I just love that
vibe.
easygoing, chill, mellow, but the lyrics kind of make you think a little bit, and yeah, it tells a story.
So you were so young when you started
Mm-hmm.
writing music, but what made you decide to pursue it as a career?
It wasn't like how do I say? It's not like it wasn't a specific thing that I was thinking about before. It wasn't like, oh, when I graduate high school, I'm gonna pursue a music career. I'm gonna reach out to so label, and I'm gonna get into the industry. It was an opportunity that kind of just presented itself to me, and I was very lucky that I just performed in like a random talent show that my friend invited me to. It was like, oh, join this talent show. I was like, oh, why not? I love performing, I love singing, give it a shot, right? Tapos after that talent show, like sure enough, like Universal Records, my label now, reached out and they're like, hey, do you wanna like do this as a career? And I was like, oh, why not? Diba? I mean, I love writing, I love performing, I love sharing music, so I'm just really happy to be where I am today.
It was fate.
It was fate, indeed. I think it was fate. Yeah. So I'm just grateful that my stars kind of aligned to lead me on this path and take me to where I am now.
And right now you're doing music and school. Like you're still
Yes,
you're
I
in university.
am. Yeah.
Wow.
It's hard. It's hard. Takes up a lot of my time. There are definitely some days where I have to maybe cut class a little bit, or
Oops.
sorry, prof. But like just for maybe certain gigs, if I can afford to do it, then whatever that leads to is just like long hours studying afterwards. But it's a balance. Yeah.
Hey, if you can make it work, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's always that kind of balance, and just if there's a will, there's a way talaga. So you just it's making it work, right?
So your next song for us, this is called "Different Shade of Blue."
Yeah.
Okay, before you play it, can you tell us more about this song? Like, how did you write this song?
Okay, so funny story is I was actually writing it initially for someone else. Because like I've been trying to explore maybe also songwriting for other people. And so this is one of the songs that was supposed to be for someone else. But ended up, they didn't get back to me. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just keep this song instead if you're not going to use it. Because I really enjoyed the song. And so I'm just lucky that it's kind of done a lot for me now. So Different Shade of Blue. I'll
All right.
play it for you guys.
Let's hear it.
Autumn leaves come falling, and before you know it, winter comes around, comes howling in. No one ever thought you'd be laying right here next to me. Who would have thought you'd love somebody like me? Just when I thought my heart had turned to stone, now I'll turn to you whenever I feel alone. No one ever thought you'd be laying right here next to me. Who would have thought you'd love somebody like me? It's always been you, all that I do. Before I knew, my skies had turned a different shade of blue. And as the seasons change, my love remains forever. Even in the moments that we ain't together. 'Cause with your hand in mine, I find my peace of mind. It's always been you, all that I do. Before I knew, the skies had turned a different shade of blue. It's always been you, all that I do. Before I knew, the skies had turned a different shade of blue.
Yay! If you're just tuning in, that was Paolo Sandejas with Different Shade of Blue, and this is Rappler Live Jam. So I feel like the vibe tonight is it's another chill song,
It's
right?
another
It's
chill song. It's actually quite similar to Hide and Seek, and I can maybe explain that later on. But yeah, so yeah, I just love chill music where you can kind of just sit back, relax, and it's very spacey, ambient, and you can
Yeah.
kind of just feel it kind of engulfing you with the sound.
Yeah.
So I love
feel
those
like we
types
should
of
be at the beach.
Yeah, we should be on like
at
on
the
a road
sunset.
trip,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you know, it's-
Chillin'.
Yeah, chilling. Just
Yeah.
like it's a nice song to kind of just be in your head and just like sit back and just be like vibes, you know. Just
So how did you develop that style?
I think I definitely developed like that style of music because it's the type of music I like to listen to. Like I feel like I have two sides of me when I write, which is one that's very soulful, which likes to write maybe slower songs like Sorry, another song that I released, and medyo like what's this, less broad and very simple, versus like other songs like Sway, which are more upbeat and groovy. So I have these two sides of me as a songwriter that I'm trying to find the in between for. And so far, that sound seems to be the in between because it's like the lyrics are soulful, but there's still a bit of a groove to kind of get you going. So I really love writing songs like that.
So you, like we said earlier, you started writing music at a young age, and I mean clearly you're still writing music now. So
I think I'll write till the day I die talaga. So
Aw,
it's
that's
fun.
cute.
It's fun.
So how has your songwriting process evolved from when you were 13, 14?
That's a great question. I think it's definitely evolved a lot because like when I was starting out, a lot of my songs are really based on really personal experiences that I was going through. Like I mentioned, like parang breakups, heartaches, person I liked, stuff like that, insecurities about myself. But as in, I think more recently, since I've been writing a lot more songs, I can't keep writing about the same experiences over and over again. So I feel like I've been looking outwards from myself to be like, oh, my friend talked to me about this the other day. Like, that's an interesting thing to write about. Or I read somewhere, or I'm watching a book. Like, one of my newer songs actually is about a manga. Sorry, not a manga. Wow, I'm such a fake fan. An anime that I watched. Please don't come for me. I'm sorry, it was a misspoke. I misspoke. But yeah, it's about an anime that I watched over the pandemic. So just trying to take different sources of inspiration. And
Just
keep
from
writing.
everyday
Yeah, from
life,
everyday
yeah.
things you watch, and it's fun.
Do you ever experience writer's block?
All the time. I feel like, again, like similar to what I mentioned earlier, you're not a true artist if you haven't experienced writer's block. It's something that all creatives kind of go through. But for me, I actually like, I'm not going to say I like, because I don't want to jinx it and not write more music, but writer's block usually leads to new discoveries for me as an artist. Like if I get stuck somewhere, I find some tool or some sound that kind of gets me over it. And it's like, oh, I can use this and incorporate this into my sound and my songwriting, I guess, toolkit is what I call it.
So that's how
new
you
discoveries.
deal with writer's block is
Yeah.
you look for
Look for new things, or just more often than not, it's just like give it time. Like just maybe take a break for a couple of minutes, sit back for a couple of days, and hop back on that same track, and maybe the next day, a couple of days after.
Time is the best
Time is
cure
the best
for
cure for everything.
Yeah, for everything.
Yes.
So your next song for us, this is one of your most popular songs.
Indeed, yeah.
And we know why. We'll talk about that later. But before you head into it, like how did you write this song, naman?
So this song came from a personal experience of mine. It's about, I guess, it's about my feelings not being reciprocated. I felt like I was, ouch. But I'm good now, so it's fine. But like back then, I was really at a point where I felt like I was giving a lot, and I was like asking for more, if I can say that. And that person just didn't feel the same way anymore. So it's a very painful song. But yeah, thanks to recent events, it's kind of had it has like new meaning now, and it's one of my favorite songs to sing because it's really close to my heart. So
All right, let's hear
Alright.
it. This
So
is
this
Paolo Sandejas with Sorry.
and it's an acoustic version. So
Yes.
welcome back to my mind. Make yourself at home. It's been a while since I thought of you last. Left it all in the past. You seem like you're doing fine. You've got the world at your feet. Do you know, that you make me so proud? And I know you aren't mine, but this will only take a moment of your time. And I don't mean to be a bother, but there are some things I've left to say to you. I'm sorry for asking for more, for not trying, 'cause I was scared of being too needy. I just hope that one day you'd need me the way that I need you. I know that you loved him. I saw the tears in your eyes as they fell onto my shoulder. I wanted to hold you forever and tell you that it's not your fault. Don't you cry, 'cause sometimes things just don't work out. Believe me, if they did, you'd still be mine to hold. And I know you aren't mine, but this will only take a moment of your time. And I don't mean to be a bother, but there are some things I've left to say to you. I'm sorry for asking for more, for not trying, 'cause I was scared of being too needy. I just hope that one day you'd need me. Don't leave me now, darling. You said it'd be us in the end. And now that we're older, don't you think that we can try again? But I'm sorry for asking for more, for not trying, 'cause I was scared of being too needy. So welcome back to my mind. Make yourself at home. It's been a while since I've thought of you last.
If you're just tuning in, that was Paolo Sandejas with Sorry, a stripped down, very
Very intimate
yeah,
version, very
tender version of
sad boy
Sorry.
hours version ng Sorry. So I hope you guys like that.
Is it sad boy hour now?
Is it sad boy? Maaga pa? Maaga pa? Later pa yan?
So that song, we it sort of rose to fame because V of BTS sang it in his vlog. So when you first watched that, what was running through your head?
I was just like, no way, this is fake. Like, pero syempre it was on like the BTS account mismo, so I was like, this is insane. I can't believe this is like real and this is actually happening. Because before that, Sorry was a song that like, syempre I always loved. I love all of my songs, but it never really got the attention that I feel like it deserved. So with V's special vlog, I feel like it's just reached the right people now, and I feel like all songs naman are good. It just has, if ever, it just has to find the right listeners talaga. So I feel like now it's kind of found its place with, I guess, the Pinoy armies, and it's really nice to see them all supportive and sharing like the love that they have for Sina V and the rest of BTS to me also during that whole thing. So it was super, super cool.
Thank you, V.
Thank you, V. If he sees this, what's up?
So that song, no, a lot of people are wala silang nagko-comment sila pero hindi siya words. It's all emojis.
Oh my
because
gosh.
People have a lot of feelings.
Oh no. You guys okay?
It hits you right in the feels.
It does. It does.
How does it for you, like as a songwriter, and it came from a personal place? How does it feel na when the song blows up? Like so many people are listening to it all of a sudden. How does that feel?
It was definitely crazy. Like I think my hands were shaking for the first night that it happened, because like my phone wouldn't stop like ringing. It was like Twitter was blowing up, and Instagram, and like I was looking at my Spotify numbers, and all of a sudden it was just like through the roof, and like so much more than I had before. And I think one of the things I'm grateful for after this whole experience is that the people who were supporting me during that time are still with me now, and they're still so supportive for the music that I put out, or I'm going to put out also. So it's really exciting to see them sa shows and other stuff. So I'm just really grateful to everyone and for everyone's support. So thank you.
Do you ever get afraid at some point that, you know, something so personal to you is suddenly like out there in the open for the world to sort of listen to? And
That's a great point. But I feel like for me, it's my way of just internalizing my thoughts and emotions to put it out there. I don't think I've ever said the person's name or anything like that. I kind of keep it vague just so that I don't want them to find out also that I kind of
the person you wrote this for.
Yeah, I feel like it's just been so long also, and like we've kind of just moved on with our lives, and we're on two different paths now, and that's fine. So it's like it's really just kind of whenever I play it, it's like me looking back and being like, Wow, I've come a long way from when I wrote Sorry, so it makes me happy also in a funny way. Yeah.
So speaking of coming a long way, you will be performing for Oh Wonder naman on
Yes.
September 27. I mean, you're opening for them
Yeah.
at their concert. So how are you preparing for that?
I was freaking out the other day because I think they replied. I mean, I don't think I know because I saw the reply. They replied to one of my stories, and they were like, "Oh, see you there," and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy!" So it's just nice to. I just love meeting other artists also, and the fact that it's a wonder and a band that I kind of looked up to. Also, when I was kind of starting out with songs like Drive, like I think that was the first song that I fell in love. That's how I fell in love with the band. I watched them. I think even the past two times they were here, just as a fan, like not even as an artist. I was just like, wow, these guys are so good. And now to be performing with them is just surreal.
Yeah,
So,
oh my gosh. Like from being a fan to being on stage.
yeah, so it's really, really cool.
Opening for them. So aside from Oh Wonder, like who else do you wanna collaborate with or open for in the
Collaborate with.
future?
I have a lot of people on my list. Definitely up there is Fum. I know he just came and performed, so yeah, I'd love to collaborate with him because I feel like he's also in the genre that I kind of want to be in, like that indie pop. He has that indie pop sound, and I really would really love to work with him. But even locally, artists like Sinazil, Unique, I really love their sound. Artists like Zach, like I love what he's doing now and how he's just kind of taken off in a whole new, like created a whole new space for himself at the top of OPM. So it's really really cool, and it's just I just love working with other artists and
Yeah.
to talk with them about their musical, like how they write songs would be
Yeah.
a dream come true.
And it's always interesting when like different styles come together.
Yeah,
and
I think that's the awesome thing about collabs. Like you have to find a way to compromise. Then I mean, yes, in some occasions you have to compromise, but more. But yeah, it's just nice to kind of bounce ideas off of one another, and then all of a sudden you have this song that neither of you could have made on your own. That's like, just how did we do this? We did it together. So teamwork makes the dream work.
Magic.
Magic. Yeah.
So the Oh Wonder concert is just one of the things that's been keeping you busy
Yes.
all year. You had a busy year. I mean, you've been releasing music videos. You played your first mall show.
Yeah.
So what else is next for you with everything that's happening?
One of the other performances I'm really excited for is actually in December for Salo Salo Fest. So you guys should get your tickets now. It's really awesome to be on a lineup like alongside artists that I really admire in the OPM scene, like Sina Eli Buendia, Rico Blanco. They're all gonna be there, and to be one of the names on that list is really just again so many dreams coming true. But yeah, it's just awesome, and I really can't wait to play for that crowd and play with alongside those artists.
And
So
it's gonna
super
be at
cool.
Enchanted Kingdom.
Enchanted Kingdom. Like who would have thought to have a concert in Enchanted
Yeah.
Kingdom? It's so cool for me to think about. Like habang while you're on space shuttle, you're gonna sing a song. A joke lang. I don't think that's how it's gonna go. If it is, that's pretty.
That's something
interesting.
I would
That is-
definitely watch.
I would watch it if I saw that on YouTube. I'm clicking that right away. Yeah.
So we're heading into your last song na tayo.
Okay.
This one is called Sway. Again, before you perform it, can you tell us more about this song?
Yeah, so I released a song back in 2019. It's actually the only song I released that year because I was so swamped with schoolwork. I was just like, it was my deadliest term, I think. And it's also similar to Sorry. It's a song about, I guess, post breakup. You kind of see that person in a party, and you're kind of just like, you kind of go up to them because maybe you've had a couple to drink, and you're kind of just tipsy, and you're like, you just go up to them confident, and you're like, sway with me, diba? So it's kind of like a little bit of a cocky moment, but it's also kind of bittersweet then because syempre you guys aren't together anymore. So it's an interesting song, and I'm really proud of it. So I hope you guys like it
Yeah.
too.
So
Yeah.
this is it's just interesting because on your Spotify, I think this and Sorry are your
Yeah.
top played songs. So yung mga bittersweet, yung mga hugot, yun yung mga
I guess
gusto
so.
ng
I
mga
mean,
tao.
syempre, like a lot. I think OPM is really a lot of heartfelt music. Like I think us as I guess Pinoy songwriters, we're all very hugot. Baka we're all going through something. Maybe we should have a little support group. Pero I don't know. It's just really I think people like to be comforted when they're sad. So these songs are definitely part of that healing process, I guess, out of a breakup.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here and sharing your
Yes.
music with us.
Thank you so much.
Everyone who's tuned in, thank you for tuning in. This is Paolo Sandejas with his last song for the night, Sway.
But before that, I guess I can also say that I have a new song coming out very
Yun.
soon, October 21. So Make sure to wait for that. If you guys want to follow me at Paolo Sandejas on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram, but I'm also on Twitter at Paolo_Sandejas, Facebook at Paolo Sandejas PH. And yeah, say hello, and I hope you guys enjoy the music that I put out, and thank you again for all the supporters who have stuck around all this time. So here's Sway.
Yeah.
You're thinking it's been too long since we last spoken. I can see it now, it's written on your face. So why do we keep playing games? I've never been the type to run, I've never been the type to let go. Ever since the day you left, my life's been such a mess. Baby, now every time I see your face, remember the good old days. Do you remember? 'Cause I remember. So sway with me, baby, just sway with me, baby. Don't you let me go. Sway with me, baby, just sway with me, baby. Won't you let me know? It's been 2 long years since the day we ended. Makeup running, falling deep in the abyss. Conversation flowing, heads against my chest. Bloodshot eyes as I looked at you and said, I've never been the type to run, never been the type to let go. Ever since the day you left, my life's been such a mess. Baby, now every time I see your face, remember the good old days. Do you remember? 'Cause I remember. So sway with me, baby, just sway with me, baby. Don't you let me go. Sway with me, baby, just sway with me, baby. Won't you let me know? Come back to me, my dear. Come back to me, my baby. Come back to me, my dear. Come back to me, come back to me. Sway with me, baby, just sway with me, baby. Don't you let